What's up, everybody? It's your boy Dave Mo Flips. It is April 13th. It's my father's birthday. Happy birthday, Pops. Love you. Much respect. So, it's funny, he doesn't even know I got a YouTube channel, so he's probably never going to see that.
That's my best friend. That's my best friend.
Any which way, let me get into this. If you're still buying cars at the auction right now, stop. Stop. Watch the auctions. Go to the auctions like you would, and get ready for summertime. Because here is the truth. Here's the truth that dealers don't want the new guys to know. Tax season for most. Now keep in mind, when I say this, I'm talking about cash cars, dollar menu. Okay. Our tax season runs from the very beginning, which was like mid-February, if I'm not mistaken, to about mid-March. Let's just say that month. When you think of the mindset, and if you're one of these people, please adjust your mindset, because it's a guilty fucking cycle. It's terrible. A guilty cycle? No, it's a dirty cycle. It's guilty. It's terrible. Anyway. That's our tax season. That's it. We have that 1 month. You're going to see a lot of YouTubers say, oh yeah, we stockpile cars. They do. They sell a different type of car. Okay? If you're a cash sales guy, dollar menu guy, stop buying cars now. Our tax season is officially over. Yes, you'll get some drips and drabs, but for the most part, the bulk of our sales takes place in that month. Here's why. We typically sell to the person who needs a vehicle to last them a year. That's why every year you'll see that same person, right? That person needs the money to buy the car. So they file their taxes day one. There's urgency with that person. That person gets their money and they shop for that vehicle. They're gonna buy that vehicle and they're probably gonna keep it for a year, and next year they're gonna do the same thing all over again. So for cash guys, dollar menu guys, our time has come to an end. Okay? It's time to unload what we have and start going back looking for the steals. All right? Overpaying for cars because we know we're going to sell them is gone now. So, you know, I was on forums and watched videos and everyone's complaining, oh my God, the prices of cars are so expensive. Yeah, no shit, guys. No shit, because everyone knows it's tax time. Even the flippers are trying to buy cars and leave them in the backyard because it's tax time. Now, I'm making this video April 13th, so tax is already over. You know, yes, they extended the deadline, but the people that waited to this time to do their taxes probably either, one, don't need the return, right? Because their return is never going to not be there. It's money in the bank for them, which is probably where they're going to take that money and put it directly in the bank. Or the people that owe money, like businesses. If you owe money, you wait to the very end because you don't want to pay, right? So that's where that is. So the idea that you're still going out for tax time because they extended the deadline, don't fool yourself. If you're selling cash cars, don't fool yourself. Now is the time to be at the auction, to be ready to steal cars. What you're going to start to see now is an influx of the same cars that was sold months ago, talking 6 months ago, November, December, January. As you got closer to February, the prices were going up, okay? This isn't anything new to us, maybe to you, but not to us. And you have a lot of these dealers, these mid-level dealers that need to turn those cars back into cash. So if they bought a car in November, they got it for a good deal, they're probably going to run it through the auction and try to break even or make a little bit of money. Some of these guys just want their money back so badly they're willing to take a loss because it's going to come out in the wash anyway. So now is the time to be looking out for those types of deals. And you always have the typical deals that run through the auction. You're going to start to see a lot less of these guys paying retail for cars. Because again, tax time is pretty much over. Yeah, if you sell a nicer car and you have financing, or if you're like certified pre-owned, those guys will still be buying cars because they have tax time too, but they're going to sell cars all year long. You know what I mean? To them, it's all about marketing and having just the nicest car. You know, it's hard to compete with a used car when you're driving down the road and Cadillac has a billboard for a 2021 whatever the fuck at 0% interest and, you know, this crazy low rate and everything else, and here you are selling a 2018 with a 15% interest and the price of the car is basically the same. So it's difficult, you know. And if you're a dollar menu guy, you know, you're gonna sell cars all year round, but you don't want to overpay anymore. You want to go back to your regular type of sales. So when you're buying cars, you want to buy for the absolute lowest, as where when you were getting ready for tax time, you're willing to spend a little bit more because you want to charge a little bit more. The money was free money to a lot of people with that mentality, and that's the mentality we got to change. We need to work on our people and change that mentality. It's not free money, it's your money. You worked for that money. Don't blow that money every single year on the same thing. Invest it, make money, buy a work truck. I'm sorry. Anyway, with that being said, guys, now is the time to go back to tightening up your belt, making proper purchases, and doing what's best for you guys. Also, for my car flippers out there, now is the time to be looking on Marketplace and Craigslist, because you're going to start to see a lot of those people. So a lot of those people that buy the cars every year, their mindset is, okay, now I'm going to have 2 cars. So things are going good. They bought the car. They made their first insurance payment. They're about to make their second insurance payment now. Now reality's sinking in. Well, I haven't used the old car from last year in a month because I've been driving this new to me car. Damn, if I get that one off the insurance, I get to save X amount per month. Okay. So what you're going to start to see now is a lot of people getting rid of those old cars, their old cars, the last year car, and they're going to try to sell them now. Because when they tried to trade them in, we beat them up on the price because we're still car dealers and we're still scumbags like that, right? So you're going to start to see those cars come out, and what they spent $5,000 last year, they're willing to take a quick $2,000 today for it, right? And you could still probably sell that car for $3,500, $4,000, you know, depending on how bad the dealer got over on them, right? How much money the dealer made. So now is the time to be looking on Craigslist every day and Facebook for the next, like, maybe the beginning of April till like June, because the more they continue to pay the car insurance note, the more likely they are to say, well, I'm throwing money out the window because I only used it once or twice. I don't use it. There's pollen on it. And now it doesn't start because the battery died. The tire went flat. All the regular shit that you get from leaving a car unattended. Down here in Florida, the sun is so brutal that you know, it's ruining the paint, cracking the dashboard. All you're seeing is your money going down the drain. So right now, guys, my flippers out there, even my car dealers, whatever, you know, now is the time to be super, 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 like, on it, like Johnny on the fucking spot. Facebook, I'm on Facebook Marketplace every day. I just fucked up a deal yesterday. I could have bought a 07 Mercedes CLS 500 for $3,500. Again, same mentality. They got a new car. They want to dump this one. The driver window didn't work. The headliner was coming down by the sunroof. I could have got that shit done for like $200 and put that car up for $6,000. Had 140,000 roughly on the clock. I was at work. There was nothing I could do. And when it comes to buying cars, I don't really trust too many people to go and buy a car on my behalf. It's just easier for me to do it. I like to negotiate. I like to do my thing. I like to be very hands-on. Leroy would have done it, but he was out buying a trailer last night, so he wasn't around. I really don't like to send my girl into places that I'm not comfortable with, and I don't know these people from a hole in the wall with money. So, unfortunately, because I work weekends, I do pass up on a lot of deals. Every now and again, it's funny, I will get the people to hold it for me without a deposit, but this particular deal I could not. She was willing to drop it off at my job for me. I just didn't have cash on hand, and they did not want to accept Zelle. So, what am I going to do? You know, I could have clocked out for an hour, called my boss, hey, I'm going to clock out for an hour and I'll clock back in. I'm doing a deal right here. My boss is totally cool about that type of thing. He gets it. Does he like it? Not really. Yesterday was a good day to do it, though. There was more people at my job. That's besides the point. The point is, get on Facebook, get on Craigslist, start looking for those people ready to dump cars because they can't afford the insurance anymore or don't want to. That's what I'm trying to get at, okay? Another good deal was right now, as a matter of fact, there is a M3 where I'm at, 03 M3, under 100,000 miles, convertible. As a matter of fact, I got to call the guy when I'm done with this. He wants $9,500 for it, an easy $15,000 car in my opinion. With that being said, though, that car is probably going to sit in my garage for a few months because that's not the type of car that, you know, everyone's just ready to throw money at, like a dollar menu car. But I could also just take that car and possibly run it through the auction, you know, and if it sells for, let's just say I close the deal down at 9 and I'm able to run it through the auction and let's just say I pulled, you know, for argument's sake, 11,000, you know, in my opinion, there's no shame in making $2,000 in a matter of a day or two from picking up a car and driving it to an auction and having it sell. To me, it's just simple, easy money. A lot of people are going to look at it like, oh, you're crazy because you could get 15 for it if you just hold on to it, and you can make 6,000 instead of 2,000. I'm of the mindset, dump it now, get the money, and run. It might be right, it might be wrong. It's what works for me, and what's always worked for me is sell the car now. I could probably get the 15, but who knows how long it takes, and who knows how many other deals I'll miss because I have this much money tied up in that vehicle. To me, having money on hand is always better. Like one in the hand is better than two in the bush, right? Some stupid saying like that. But the way I look at it is if I have money on hand to make deals go down today, it's better than waiting on something. I'd rather take my $9,000 and make $2,000 off of it. I still made more than my 20% rule, and I'm good to go. And it adds up. You know, the more of these things I can do, it just adds up. There's a lot of things to come, guys. We're starting to sell cars on eBay. We're starting to sell. We are trying to get a lot more cars to run through the auction. We're trying to start a whole wholesale division, if you will. When I say we, you know, I finally got Leroy. You know, he is a hell of a mechanic, but I think he sees the value in selling cars. So I'm going to teach him everything I know. That's my family, you know. My homeboy Joe, you know, Joe, he's new to the game. He is actually a subscriber that I ended up hooking him up with the guy that I rep for. And, you know, we got a good thing going, and we're probably going to go somewhere else and break bread together the way, in my opinion, the way it should be, you know. So when I say we, chances are I'm talking about the three of us. And, you know, I love you guys to join, you know, come for the ride. We're going to start. My idea here is to take money and just buy as many wholesale cars as I can. You know, if I could come off with like, I don't know, say 10 cars a week, buying 10 wholesale cars and running them through another auction and putting, you know, let's just say 200, just say like, I mean, you know, at minimum 200 a car. But I really would like to see 500 a car profit in each car in my pocket. And, you know, and if I could do 10 of those a week, you know, you're making 5,000 a week, 20,000 a month, 240,000 a year. That's just wholesale. You know, not every car is going to do, but when you're doing cars like that, you're working with averages, right? And to me, that's the Holy Grail. Wholesale is the Holy Grail. You make a lot less money, but for no headaches, you know. You don't have to worry about running ads. You don't have to worry about people coming here. You don't have to worry about people complaining. Florida doesn't have a lemon law, but if your state has a lemon law, you don't have to worry about cars being returned. You don't have to worry about failing inspections. None of that stuff. It just goes from one place, one auction to the other auction. And I know a lot of you naysayers right now are saying, well, how come if you could sell it for this much, why didn't someone else pay more? And that's where having this type of monitor comes into play. This is a 55-inch monitor I have right here. And I will have 8 lanes open, 8 lanes of cars running through at any time. And at any time, any car that goes for running and driving for any dollar amount that I see, I'm going to bid on it. And you're just buying cars in bulk. You're a bulk buyer of cars. And you know, when you see, for instance, I bought a '08 S550, the Benz. I think I paid like $6,000 for it. It's only got 100,000 miles, no accidents. It's in really nice condition. I'm gonna sell it at the auction. I know I'm gonna get 85 for it. Like, that's just what I know, and I'll make 2,500 in my pocket after fees. And it's just simple to me. You know, the Denali, the same thing. You know, and the reason why you're hearing these cars more, these are the cars I just recently purchased while making all these videos. But there'll be other ones that I'll buy. You know, same thing with the Denali, same dollar amounts. You know, I'll use them and I'll make $2,000, 2,500, real quick. Boom, boom. You know, so if I sell them both this week, I will have made $4,000 in 3 weeks in 2 cars. You know, I drive the Denali. I'm not really a Mercedes guy, even though I do buy them. But Leroy was driving the Mercedes, you know, so that's cool for me. I like that. You know, I like taking care of my people. So anyway, the moral of the story, the moral of this video was stop buying cars for tax season. It's over. If you're a cash car guy, you know, dollar menu cars, just stop now. The ship has sailed. But as far as this channel is concerned, as I said, we are going to get into more personal finance. We are going to start to show some growth. My man Joe's going to come through, shoot a couple videos with me for you guys. Personal finance, business finance. There's a lot to come, man. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for this channel. I'm really excited for all of us involved. Guys, have a great night. I got to go. I got shit to do.
That's my best friend. That's my best friend.